That's me, we're back here with Fire Emblem 3 Houses, where I did a lot of fishing off camera. And this is, thankfully, was one of those days where it gives the little fistfuls of fish. There are even more fish than ever in the fishing ponds as of late. It seems like a good opportunity for a big haul, meaning this is one of them where you, for each piece of bait, you just pull up like 3 or 4 fish. And I never priorly understood the full financial potential of such a thing. Oh my god, I got another piece of bait. Because what that means is that if you get a golden one, you get like 4 or 5 of them. So let's see if we can crack another one just on camera, live for the viewer. I guess probably not. Whatever, we'll still get 3 of something. Yoink, dromp. And what may they be? Ermigobi, Albinian herring, Ermigobi, Albinian herring. Great. And we got a lot of professor level altogether ahead from all that fishing, as you likely just saw. So we have a lot of talking to do around the monastery. Thankfully, not too many quests altogether. The one we took so far was the whole deal of EO about picking a representative for the White Heron Cup, which we've already done. Twas Felix. Who dis? What dis? Evil role-playing amulet. An amulet imbued with holy magic that wards off evil. It probably belongs to someone who's afraid of ghosts. Ash was around here last month, so that might be his. I don't think Lysithia was around here. And those are the 2 whom I could suppose as being afraid of ghosts. Did they have a support together? Where they just talk about how afraid they are of ghosts? They sure don't. Either way, I held off selling on all those fish because I thought that would be a fun joint experience we could do together. Instead to get a buttload of money.
I think this one, yes.
White trout we have 20 of. Let's do 17 of those. 9 of you. 10 of you. That means 12 of you. We don't see much in profits now, but just wait a second until we get to the golden ones. Then we'll be rolling in it. 15 of you. Oh, beautiful. 30 bullheads we have. We've got so many of those. There we go with that. I don't know why the Albinian herrings are down here when they're 2 stars, and it seems like you would be getting them. Maybe they just are organized by when I got them or something. Alright, sell all the gold, all 3 of the platinum, and all 5 of the silver. That's not 5. Yes! Thank you, friend. Man, 14,000 gold, holy crap. It's too bad you can't sell the present flowers, because we do end up with a lot of those that I won't be able to use all of.
Return soon, please.
And am I remembering wrong, or did we not actually end up selling the bullion that we got from saving at least half of the villagers? Which I'm still pouting about, because it was more than half. I mean, obviously they said at least half. I understand what at least means, but never mind. Hiya.
Greetings, Professor.
Wow,
Nothing
you sure didn't sound like the gatekeeper for a moment there.
Other than the legend of the tower, of course. Have you heard the students talking about it?
That I have.
Ethereal moon on the same night
Last
as
month
the
or so.
ball. If a man and a woman go to the goddess tower and make a wish, it's sure to come true. I have a wish, but I can't find anybody to make it with me.
Well, you're halfway there then. Is there someone I feel that way about? Dedue! Where is he? Dedue. Dedue comes to mind. Mission Fishin' Mumplete. Wait, no. Kishin' Mum. Nah, never mind. Hey, Eloise.
Ah, the ball. It reminds me of how I met my wife.
Was it at a ball?
It was at a village's harvest festival. There was a full moon, bathing everything in its cool glow.
I can picture it now.
Out of dancing gracefully in the moonlight.
It's graceful.
A lovely fairy.
Wow. That story sounds fake. That's a wonderful story. They're both true. That's a wonderful story.
We soon fell in love and tied the knot.
Grand.
Now we have a daughter who's as bright and beautiful as a sunny morning.
Aw,
So,
that's real sweet.
Whenever I see people dancing, I think of my wife, and my heart does a little waltz.
Wholesome husband moments for Alois over here. Congratulations for making the cut of wholesome moments. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Axe me. Hey, Lenny.
You know, Professor, I used to think I would be comfortable with all manner of experiments, so long as they provided usable results.
Man, even before seeing all what went on at Ramire Village, I can't believe that you would be so short-sighted as to think such a thing.
But when I heard of Solon's work, well, I realized I'd not considered the moral and philosophical limits of what all manner of experiments might mean. Sorry, I'm not great with blood. Even when I'm just thinking about it, I feel a bit ill now.
Well, I'm sorry to have brought that up to you. I guess technically it was you who brought it up to us, but whatever. Hey, Mercy. Trying to get someone to come out of the room?
Oh, now where did that Ingrid run off to?
Elsewhere.
Oh, soon, and she hadn't even put on any makeup.
Alright, geez, it's like a month away. You don't need to put that on that soon. I have lost items? Oh, you're not afraid of ghosts. Oh, I need to give these to Leonie as well. Leonie and Ash next time I see them. I already did everything with the greenhouse, yeah? Man, 19,000 gold. That's awesome that we have that. Bernadette, how are we feeling about dancing in front of many people? That sounds like just would be right up your alley.
Oh, a grim reminder of my sad reality.
Oh.
The other nobles will be fine, I'm sure. They've all been to events like this before. But me? I'm a noble, and I've never even been close to one of these things.
And the reasons for that are actually rather grim. So, I'm sorry I was poking fun, actually. Why don't you have a lavender plant? Sure thing, Bernie. No? Okay, never mind. Sorry, Bernie, you're not entitled to it. Leave the flower on my desk by this morning. Hey, Dorothea, what's cracking?
I wonder if Remire Village will ever be the same again. How do you recover from such a terrible event?
I don't know that there is one way.
So many dead, so much destroyed. I can't see how the whole village doesn't just end up abandoned.
Well, if every village was abandoned after a hardship, then there wouldn't be any villages, which would be very strange.
To help put the village in order.
But then? I guess just, you mean, once all that happened, they just decided not to send any more students to that, hellish bloodbath. I mean, once again, they should not have sent the students to that stuff, period, but they did, so.
The Remire Village situation got sorted out, but it's not over yet, is it?
It is not.
I can't believe old Tomas turned out to be an enemy. Who can you trust anymore?
Certainly not those monks that stare into the wall eerily. That's right, I'm looking at you. What are you coming over here for? Is that a fight? Are you looking for a fight? Yeah, that's right, keep walking. Oh! I shouldn't have said keep walking. Hey, are these your arrowheads?
Oh, that's mine. Thanks so much for finding it.
You got it. Who should be hanging around the entrance hall? It is old Catherine. Good old Catherine. How is it you going,
The old chapel
chap?
was supposed to be off
It's-
limits. It was at risk of collapse, so they didn't even post guards. It's not too strange. Does that surprise you? Meh. Garreg Mach has lots of places that are blocked off for one reason or another.
Well, it surprises me that we noticed anyone broke into it. I don't even know how that would have come to our attention if it was so desolate.
People call it the sealed forest, but as far as I can tell, it's nothing special. Just a forest.
Ah, people and their weird names for things. I don't have anything of yours. Thanks for your continued support, Catherine. Hi.
This is a rare opportunity to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm normally so sour all the
Leave
time.
everything else to us. The Remire Village incident, the search for Tomas, we have it handled.
That's very kind, Knight of
You just
Saros.
focus on enjoying the ball with your students.
I will do
It's
my
for the good
best.
of
I
everyone.
still have a mission, though, but
If the professors walk around in a state of distress, the student will be uneasy too.
that's probably true. Hi, girl.
Oh, our life in Remire Village is gone. Father and mother, gone. Why couldn't you have arrived just a little sooner?
Because we didn't know anything was happening. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. That's what I meant to say. God, my incompetence bites me in the arse again. Now a child's been made an orphan. That's so much worse than if an adult is made an orphan.
That's right.
That person agrees. You're furious? Me too. You know what? We should probably find some way to I think we should have a box where when we're upset about things, we can put we'll write it down and put it in there, and then someone can help us with our problems.
I can't believe this. I'm so angry right now. First it's the Death Knight, and now Tomas, but neither of them are in custody.
They're slippery, I tells
can't
you.
stand the thought of such evil lurking in the world. We have to do something about this. I have to do something about this.
Well, I give you my full support with whatever you decide is the right course of action in that regard. This ball or whatever. You know Mercy's looking for you?
Locked me in her room for hours earlier.
Oh, heaven help us.
She was slathering pounds of makeup onto my face, saying something or other about the ball. It really wore me out.
I can see that. I'm sure she means well, but dang, she really started early, didn't she? Hey, Sylvain.
Great work in Remire Village, Professor.
It doesn't feel like it was great still.
But
Still feels like there were many mistakes made.
And gloomy thoughts.
You're absolutely right. I wonder if this person agrees.
I've been thinking of inviting a girl from a different house to the Goddess Tower on the night of the ball.
Well, make sure you give them a whole bunch of the flowers from the greenhouse first to up the heart points, or just fight people beside them.
But here's the twist. She's from a family with a much more significant and storied past than
Who
mine.
cares? Do it.
I wonder if she'd ever stoop to going out with the humble son of a knight.
Well, only one way to find out. Probably 3 ways to find out, at least. But there's only one reasonable one. Hello. Food? Centipede picture. A sketch of centipede with countless little holes in it. Probably belongs to someone who hates insects. Shamir! Whenever I see her. Might not even be around right now. She might be too busy with Remire stuff. These events are troubling.
That our siblings in arms could turn against us so. However, I will continue
you mean because
investigating
Tomas,
members
right.
of the church. To think that even someone as senior as Tomas would fall under suspicion. I know not how far to take my search.
Well, you don't know that Tomas is an alias. Tomas could have easily been a legit person who is now just being imposted over. I don't know if that's true, but like I said, I literally can't remember if that's a thing. Even the knights, even the students. Sure, I guess both. Even the students.
Yes. A great many strange and terrible things have come to pass this year. I must not dismiss the possibility that someone among the students is behind it all.
But still check on the knights, though, because that's more your jurisdiction. I'll worry about the students, maybe.
I'm fond of wood carving, but I lack the talent for it. I hear that those to the west of Fodlan have mastered woodwork. I'd like to learn their techniques.
Those to the west as in Petra McNeary? As i.e. where Bridget is?
Faculty training in axe.
I should be careful about using all those. There's other stuff I gotta do. Hey, Raphael.
The ball is coming up soon. I am so excited.
I know, right? There's a buffet table. Gotta be.
Wait to fill up on food while everyone's dancing. I even heard there'll be some prime cuts of meat.
That'd be hard to arrange for a ball hall. What's an actual name for a dancing hall? A ballroom, I guess. Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be plenty, because people are probably gonna be wasting time dancing, and it will be a waste of time. I mean, no, it'll be good. It'll be healthy. Change of pace. It's not a waste of time at all. Hey, Claude.
Someone entered the old chapel. I think the townsfolk used it for feasts and such in the past.
All right. So you think someone was looking for their old sweet roll?
For being on edge.
No, yes, that is. I am also on edge. I think they are right to be that. Annie, what's going on? Hi. A princess doll. Other bag of her majesty. Oh, that's secretly loves dolls. Well, that's got to be my Scythia then.
So, Tomas the librarian was a bad guy?
Evidently.
But he always seemed so nice.
I know, and he didn't ask any weird questions or snoop around where he wasn't supposed to.
Come on, Self, you're better than this. You promised you'd be on top of things this month.
Alright, I think you can forgive yourself for not knowing that someone who was using black magic to disguise themselves was someone who was using black magic to disguise themselves. That's pretty reasonable to not know. Who should be around this corner? Hebe! What's going on? Is there anything creepy you want to say to me today?
Another month full of chaos. I barely had time to catch my breath.
I didn't know you had to breathe. I thought vampires were like... Well, never mind.
What is the objective of Tomas and his ilk?
Chaos.
What makes flames so special? Does that not bother you?
It does, but I don't know what to do about it, so instead I'll just pretend it's fine.
There's a certain gentleman I'd like to invite to a rendezvous at the Goddess Tower.
Is that true? So?
I can't imagine he'd be interested in a sheltered ingenue like myself.
Would they, by a chance, be in a different house than you and of a lower family stature than you? Because maybe you should just go talk to them in the stables.
It's hard to pluck up the courage when that's where my thoughts always take me.
I understand. That's fair enough. Who knows? Maybe they'll just ask themselves. Wait a minute, that still wouldn't help you. In the Night Hall, what's going on in here? Anything worth noting? We must find Tomas. I think that's a good call. Dimitri and Dadu, how's it going?
Even though there is to be a ball, we still have a mission.
Yes, we must be prudent in taking care to not ignore that. It would be really nice.
It seems the
I cannot allow it to pass in peace.
Flame have yet to be apprehended. Monsters, trampling mercilessly over innocent lives. They deserve a gruesome end.
Do you want to take a moment by ourselves to talk about this, or I guess not. Have a rose.
Thank you.
Hey. Carving hammer into wood carving. Well, how topical. That'll be, what's his faces? I can't believe I forgot. Gilbert.
Dancing of Fodlan is not the same as dancing from Bridget.
That's so.
The reason is, maybe that the music has many differences.
You can dance without music. See?
In Bridget, dancing is different for each person. Our dancing has vigor and ferocity.
It sounds very exciting.
There is no speech of technique for our dancing.
Oh, cool. I like it. It seems like it would be easier for me without any technique.
It reminds me of my first such event back in the Imperial capital. It was
That
held
right?
by my father.
How young
the
were
Prime
you?
Minister. I really showed off my dancing skills. Everyone was quite impressed with me.
I wholeheartedly believe that. Well, Petra wasn't forthcoming with any immediate secrets, but I do see on the first floor dormitory, which is where the commoners dorm, and she is considered a commoner for her time here because she is not of nobility here. I'm just gonna go and take one of her books. Bridget Techniques, a book of traditional, time-honored woodworking techniques from the Bridget Archipelago. Well, how inspiring. And while you read that book, you might want to have your woodworking tools back, Gilbert. How does that sound?
Thank you very much.
I see. So this is a book that covers traditional wood carving in Bridget. How fascinating. Thank you, Professor. I will enjoy diving into this text.
Sure thing. My God, look at all the rewards you gave me for that. I feel so rewarded.
Thank you for bringing me this. Life without it was difficult.
Well, I expect wood carving without it was difficult. And who's hanging out around the classroom? Who is studying at a time like this? There's a ball, for God's sakes. Well, I mean, again, it's in a month, but... Oh, hello. A blue stone. Someone likes to paint. Well, Iggy, Where is Iggy? Oh, I said, yeah, I've got something for you.
It's true that Tomas was employed here under the recommendation of House Ordelia.
Don't you worry, I know that had nothing to do with you specifically.
But that's all I know of the topic. I never even seen him prior to enrolling here. Even when he was supposedly in Ordelia territory, I never once saw him there.
Well, when was that exactly? Because I thought he said he went to the church like 20 years ago, and an old man like him would probably be hard to travel too much. And you're 14-ish, so I don't know that you would have had many chances to see him.
But there's not much else I can say about it right now.
That's a logical conclusion. By chance, is this yours?
That's mine. Thank you for finding it.
No problem. If I didn't give it to you now, then you would just ask me to come with you at night to get it. And that would be much more worse for my sleep schedule. So I mean that in the best possible way.
Finally, an opportunity to showcase my exquisite skills on the dance floor.
Ah, by yourself in the corner, you mean?
These skills were ingrained in me when I was a boy. My hands and feet move on pure instinct.
You know, you also have to be graceful, right? For the dance, you can't just be confident. Well, I'm sure you have your own style of grace anyways.
Some scary things have been happening lately. I hope that this month, of all months, is peaceful.
I mean, we can only
Fall is
hope.
coming up and everything. Although I'm not much of a dancer, actually.
I'm sure you would be a spectacular dancer. Not that I would want to force you into that. Is this your rock, by the way?
Thank you so much. I've been looking everywhere.
You can't have been looking that far because it was about 10 meters away, but I guess it could be rather small. And weird that my eyes pick it up anyways. Oh, Hilda, I completely walked by you.
It's almost time for the ball. Oh my, am I excited.
That makes two of us. Well, probably more than two,
we
but...
don't have many chances to get dressy.
And yet you find a way. It's so weird that you can recruit Hilda, because she's not technically, like, because for most of the house leaders, it's like, Edelgard is Hubert, Dimitri has Dedue, they have these vassals that are like, stick by them to the end, and Hilda sort of fulfills that role for Claude in the story, but you can just pull her into another class. She's not technically really, like, Claude's vassal or anything. Hiya.
Legend has it that
You're one of my students. You're in my classroom. I don't know your name.
Academy met with a mysterious man at the Goddess Tower.
That sounds extremely sketchy.
They fell in love at first sight and were bound together forever after.
That's even sketchier.
That's not the really interesting part.
Does it get sketchier?
The incredible part is that the man was apparently the Adrestian Emperor himself.
That's just like unbelievable. How did that happen?
At first sight with a splendid and powerful gentleman. I want my own fairy tale romance, and I want it now.
Well, petulant comments aside, there are many splendid and wonderful gentlemen at the... splendid and powerful, whatever it is you said, in the monastery. I mean, Dedue, for instance. And Dimitri, I guess. Felix may be powerful, he's not exactly splendid. And Ash, I mean, depends on what you mean by powerful, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, I just got to support with Gilbert. Let's go see what this man has to say in a minute.
Everyone's in such a festive mood. I feel a bit out of my element here.
Yes, the festivity has never been your... I recall the last time when we had a grand feast, you were just sassing us the whole time, or threatening us.
Still, this air of levity is much more agreeable than the grim atmosphere of late.
That's for sure. Imagine Dancer Edelgard. That would be the most ridiculous thing if you ever classed her into that. I mean, I'm sure it would work because she's a super strong unit anyways, and she has some weird cool things with magic, I think, but I don't think I've ever made her magic. Ah, Shamir, I have a very cut up picture of yours.
The ball. Knights don't participate.
So you're saying you wouldn't be in favor of replacing Felix?
It's an event for students, but it does pique the interest of some knights in particular.
I wonder who you could possibly mean by that.
Alois can't dance, but I hear he likes to watch.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Catherine.
He volunteered to judge the White Heron
parties
Cup.
and stuff.
Not that I care.
Okay. Are you not also one of the judges? And is this not also yours?
How did you know this was mine?
Can you think of anyone else who would be stabbing pictures of centipedes? Black magic tournament today. Ooh. That might be what we spend one of our points on. Oh, Gilbert's right over here. Let's go talk to him. And then we've just about cleared everything but the chapel and then the other floors.
Hey there.
Pardon you. Thank you. Gilbert?
Professor.
Yes? Now's a great time. I'm not doing anything except talking to people.
I'm sorry to make you tag along with my shopping trip like this.
No harm, no
You
foul.
are very kind to offer your help, even though this is my duty.
It's just a little bit of shopping, man. Calm down. It was my pleasure. I'm happy to help.
In return,
My
I
nose
will
is very
gladly
itchy.
come to your aid when you need it someday.
Calm down, man. I've bought and buying like some airheads with you on the road. This is not necessary.
There may not be so many things I can help you with.
That's fine too. Could you help me with combat training? Could you help me with my combat training?
I would be glad to. However, I would likely learn more from you than you would from me.
Well, sometimes teaching is the best way to learn,
Living
anyways.
As a mercenary under Captain Gerald's guidance.
Yes, I'm aware it's a
As
storied
comparatively
career.
new member of the Knights of Seros, I was not so familiar with his past exploits. Yet clashing
right.
swords with him,
Comparatively
just
new.
a handful of times, was enough for his abilities to astound me.
He's quite something else. Did you see that crit he got last
You,
time?
as
That was
one
just
trained
wild.
by him, must have those same great talents.
I don't know all of them.
I have devoted my life
I can't ride a
to the
horse.
path of a knight. Yet I find your mercenary experience lends your blade.
Lends it? Wow. Hmm?
Wait up! Catch me if you can. Come on, this way. This way.
I like how we were interrupted from that
It's
way
good
before
to
they
see
started
children
talking.
able to play and to smile.
Yes, for however long that will last. I never knew you could smile, Gilbert. It's rare to see that look on your face.
Was I smiling?
Shit! Runs away. Yeah, you were.
Forget you saw that. I
Damn!
do not have the right to such pleasures.
Wow, you're being real dramatic today. Can I say that? The right?
Indeed. For those we have lost will never be able to smile again.
Well, it's for their sake if anyone else's that you must
I'm
smile, right?
sorry. I did not mean to trouble you with such talk. Come, let us head back.
Alright, sure thing. Let's head over to that cathedral and see if there are troubles as well as people to talk to. Oh, actually, you probably also have a bunch of renown, don't we? You get it from story missions and junk.
Oh,
Hiya.
no.
No.
What happened in Ramire was indescribable.
It was quite whack. There, I've described
the
it.
whole village burned to the ground.
Ah, this windmill was still
So many
standing.
left without even a home to return to.
That's true.
Thankfully, Her Grace the Archbishop has invited those who lost everything to stay at Garreg Mach.
Oh, that's quite cool.
I pray that they will
And
be
sort of
able to
unlike her.
return to their once peaceful lives as soon as possible.
Yeah, but it won't be a short task
Until
be
that
rebuilding
day,
that village or
we of the
making a
church
new
must
one.
join together and do all that we can to help them rebuild.
Yes, I think that should be our duty. Which is sort of unfortunate that we're guarding the chapel then, because we students could probably help with rebuilding that village. Although it would be pretty traumatic to bring some of them back there. Hi.
Professor.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm trying to talk to Marianne. Can everyone clear a path?
I don't think I'll partake.
That's fine. You can hang out with Raphael at the desserts table. Oh, is this yours, by the way? No. Okay. You're right. You're not afraid of ghosts. It's gotta be Ashes, but I haven't seen him around yet. Hey, Flane.
Hello, Professor. The ball will soon be upon us.
Quite exciting, ain't it?
I can feel my heart fluttering already.
We're gonna have a dancer on our party, more importantly.
I have never danced in front of people before. Not even once in all my life.
Wow, then this will be quite spectacular. I mean, I've just done it today on camera, so imagine how I feel. Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be, I gotta say. Oh, what's your motivation at? It is all the way up. Jeez, everyone's pretty high? Everyone's is at max. Probably because I made MVP at some point. Oh, troubles. What am I doing? Hiya. 2 notes. Marvelous.
If you feel overwhelmed by teaching, just ask me for help. I predict that guiding these imps through their teenage years will be important for Foden's future. Get it?
I don't get it. I'll let you know if I have any concerns. I appreciate the offer, but I think I'll let you know if I have any concerns. I don't get it. After all, there's nothing worse than trying to explain a joke. So obviously that was the wrong answer. Let me just ask you straight. What do you think makes a great mercenary? The strength and the skill to overcome any enemy, the will to fight for those who can't protect themselves, the wisdom to not work harder than the pay demands, the will to fight for those who can't protect themselves. After all, I mean, even if you are doing it for the money, you're still gotta fight for those who, in most cases, can't protect themselves or can't protect themselves as well as you can protect them. So that's sort of the core element of it, whatever your motivations. Ashy boy! It's all new to you. It's new to me, too. I've never even lived in, like, a village.
You know even better than I do. I hope
Yes.
this one will be more cheerful.
Well, I don't know that I know better than you. You were there.
Although, I don't know. It's all new to me.
You will do fine, my boy. Is this yours?
Hey, I've been looking for that. Yes. How'd you know?
Just found it and thought it would probably look good on you. Wasn't anything judgment about fear of ghosts or anything like that. Not that I would judge you for that anyway. Man, I really messed that one up. Bye, Ash.
Need something?
Oh, still only 800 renown. We got to do some more quests, man.
See you again soon.
We got to do that for Eldarius one. Although I don't think I'll do that this month either because we still only get 3 free days, and I probably want to spend this one just doing 2 paralogs because it is December after all. So we only have another month to get through all the ones that are expiring in February, which is many of them. Is there anyone unnamed hanging around in this hallway? Nope. Library, ho! Oh, hi, fun. Food for me? Linhart was here last month, right? Animated bait. Experienced magic user who loves fishing. Ah, cool. That's a really cool idea. I never thought you cared about using magic for fishing like that. That's an exceptional concept. That's very cool. Oh, clean cloth? Well, that'll got to be Cyril's because he was hanging around here before.
Garrig Mach Monastery is said to have been completed during the ethereal moon.
Which one is that? Is that this one?
By 995 years ago, as a matter of fact. That's rather a long time ago, don't you think?
I sure do, especially in these times when life expectancies would have been shorter. Although with magic, it's probably a little higher than like real medieval times.
Celebrate the founding, and every 100 years, a very special celebration takes place.
And as I understand it, every 1,000 years, which has not happened yet, the most special celebration takes place.
Festival involving all of Garrig Mach. It is thrilling to read of past festivals. And I'm rather excited to experience one for myself.
Man, it would be lame to be born right after one, because, like, it's 100 years. It's not necessarily going to live that long.
Once in a lifetime, eh? The next one
and well, less than once in a lifetime for, on average, I guess.
Should be quite an event. Do you imagine you'll still be here teaching then?
I have no idea what's going on there, man. The Archbishop has weird plans. You could train me in that I want to know. Let me get some training in bow, even though I shouldn't be wasting my skills points. Because I do want to... It would be nice to be able to shoot a bow from mounted on a wyvern at some point with some efficacy, although I probably won't be... Most of my abilities will be into, like, hard strength and stuff. Who knows? So even if I don't get to use the prowess for bows, at least if a higher rank will let me use, like, a killer bow or something like that, which could be handy. Cleaning cloth. Well, that's gotta be Manuela's, given it's in her room.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. An owl feather, yay! People really like those. I mean, you sort of imagine that everyone's got a few, given how much they fall around. Sedith, you dropped something? It's right behind you, boy.
Looked into Tomas, but I just cannot make sense of this at all.
No, it's pretty confusing.
From his behavior up until now, I never would have suspected that a man like him could turn on us.
So unassuming,
I've
right?
also discovered that his appearance has changed. It is
oh, well, that could just be evidence that it wasn't him at all.
What in the world is going on?
Well, don't put too much thought to it.
Yes,
just finish your book.
Thank you for returning it.
I'm sorry I just took your personal things off the floor of your office. That's probably not right, is it? Well, I guess this isn't your office. This is Rhea's. Could you teach me a spot of flying? That's actually not necessary because I have enough to earn my thing. Maybe you could teach me some axes as well? Sure, since I don't need many meals with people because I have max, I was going to say honor, but that's Red Dead. I mean, max, motivation with everyone. Although the meals do give you professor level, so I might have made it to B if I hadn't spent it all on training and stuff. I probably should have thought that more through, but whatever. Hey, Cyril, I got a thing for you.
Nah, Tomas wouldn't betray the church. I don't believe it. I won't believe it.
Maybe it wasn't him.
There's some
Still don't know.
people in the church who hate people like me who are from Elmira, but Tomas was always real kind.
Well, I don't know that not being racist is like the bar for not being a bad guy. That's like the bar for like the lowest like amount of human decency that is still considered human decency.
But if he really was Lady Rhea's enemy, well, I'd defend her against anybody, no matter how kind they'd been in the past.
What a terrifying prospect. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Is this yours?
Hey, that's mine. Thanks for finding it.
No problem. I'm glad you hold such sentimental value for such a simple thing. It gives me faith in the world somehow. All right, we gotta find Linhardt again and Manuela to return their things, and then I think we just can spend all our points and be good to go. Manuela, would you like this?
Did this turn up?
Your room.
Thank you for getting it.
Should have just left it there again, but I didn't. So, oh, I've got supports with a whole bunch of people now. What the hell is going on? Probably Cyril, right? At least one of them. Maybe Sedith as well. Let me just find Linhardt before I interface with all that. Where'd he go? 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 I was just talking to him and I don't know. Ah, here you are. He's at the pond on the docks, of course. Thing for you. You can use it right now. You're right on the fishing hole and everything.
I gave up hope of ever finding it.
I don't remember where it was. The library, maybe. Who knows what you were bringing it there for, but... Hey, Cyril. What's going on? Now was a great time.
Aha! Found you.
Yep, I just said you could speak to me.
Places, aren't you, Professor? Can be real hard to find you sometimes.
I mean, we were just talking to you. I gave you back your... sure. Sorry about that.
No worrying about it. I just wanted to talk to you about a thing today.
What thing is that?
How Lady Rhea asked you to come to the office this evening?
Damn, no, I completely forgot.
She told me that I should come to let you know that today's a bad day for doing that, and you should go and see her tomorrow instead.
Well, that's lucky, because I completely forgot and made other plans.
That's pretty much everything I needed to say, I think.
Great.
Oh, except to ask you if you've seen Sedith around anywhere.
In Rhea's office, yeah? I haven't, sorry.
Okay. I'm supposed to tell Sedith the thing Lady Rhea told me to tell you, but he's hard to find.
Much like myself, apparently.
Want to look for him together?
No, it's alright, thanks. But if you see him, then please find me and tell me where you saw him, okay?
I'll do my best.
Then I'll know where he is and I can tell him.
But you're like real short, so it could be hard to find you too.
I'll be in the stables if you need me.
Oh, okay.
Gotta put out the fodder before it's the next kid's shift. Don't
Good
want
plan.
her thinking I left my work for her to do.
Well, if she thought it because you didn't put the fodder out, then she would be thinking correctly.
Oh, but if I'm not in the stables and you need to find me, I'll be at the forest up north, because there's a bunch of logs lying around up there.
The sealed one that we're not allowed in?
I figure I ought to chop them up, or else someone might trip on a log, or we might run out of firewood. And if
There
I
are all
chop,
kinds
then
of
it'll
reasons
save
you can
other
cut
people
things
time.
with axes.
If it looks like I'm done there, then the quarters need to be sweeped. So if you see Sedith and you need to find me, then I might be there.
Just in any of the corridors, sure.
Can I help you with anything?
Nope, this is my job. I'm not giving it to anyone else because it's mine and I'm gonna do it.
It's jobs,
Besides,
but
if you help
sure.
me out, Lady Rhea might give me an earful.
That doesn't seem
I
right.
don't know why, but Lady Rhea sure does seem to like you.
I don't know why either.
She's always worried about what you might be doing or not doing.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, not that it's any of my business.
Or mine, really, for that matter, now that I think about it.
Anyways, Lady Rhea asked me to do some jobs, so I'm doing them all.
Very well.
Even some she didn't ask for, but I know need doing, so I'm doing them.
Well,
End of story.
they're not included in the doing them all then,
And
but
remember,
whatever.
If you see Sedith around, come find me and tell me where you saw him, yeah?
Or I'll just tell him to go where you may be.
Seems like it'll be tough to find you.
Huh? But I just told you where I'd be. If I'm not in the stables, I'll be at the forest. If
Mhm.
I'm not...
You'll be in any of the corridors.
You're right. I'm all over the place, huh?
You are in literally any place at any time.
Professor, so if you see Sedith, how about you tell him I was looking for him, and then tell him all the places I'll be? Then
I'm
he
sure that
can
will make
spend
him
his
very
time looking
happy.
For me instead of you. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
You know what? His time is less valuable than mine now that you mention it. That's a great
real
plan.
Good plan. Let's do that. See you later, Professor.
It will be done, don't you worry. And that somehow made us better friends. Good for us. Who is snooping around my personal quarters exactly? Hello? Is it Sedith? Sedith, are you going to my office?
Professor.
Hi. Let's talk.
Ah, there you are. I apologize for calling you in so suddenly. Please, sit.
Okie doke.
There is a matter I would like to discuss.
I like how they sit and then fade out and then just fade back in with the same thing of them, pose of them standing, just so that we can, because they're not showing them from the waist down, they could be sitting, who knows?
I believe I've told you this before, but it is my responsibility to aid the Archbishop in all her duties.
Yeah, and even if you hadn't told me, it's pretty obvious.
What are these duties?
What do you do,
Spiritual
Sedith?
instruction, ceremony oversight, donation management.
Oh, that's a hell of a
all
lot.
of the
Sorry.
church's
I shouldn't have
many
taken that tone.
administrative tasks. I oversee not only the priesthood, but also the Knights of Seros and the Officers' Academy.
All right, yeah, you have a lot on your
The
plate.
Archbishop
I was
entrusts
wrong
a
to say what I said to
great
Cyril.
my discretion, and I am honored by her confidence. Even
That's
when she
nice.
must make decisions herself, she often seeks my counsel in advance.
All right, it's turning a little braggy now.
And yet, your appointment to a teaching position at the Officers' Academy was a complete surprise to me.
Oh, well,
Not
you and me
only
both.
that, but you have also been entrusted with the Sword of the Creator.
That was
I
surprising,
was
for
as
sure.
surprised as anyone else to learn that. Frankly, I am just not sure how to handle you.
With care, if you
I am
please.
the Archbishop's right hand, and yet when it comes to you, I have been told almost nothing.
Well, then you've been told everything I know.
You don't trust me.
Not quite. I do find you to be a trustworthy individual, but my subjective opinion is not enough.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment,
I
I
have a duty
think.
to be cautious. Should the Archbishop's trust in you prove to be misplaced, it is the faithful who will suffer most. First,
Good point.
I would like to know just how much you know about yourself.
Less than
You are
you
the child of Gerald
is the
Eisen,
answer for
correct?
basically any person given in this world. Yep.
That's what I hear.
That's quite a vague reply for such a basic question.
What do you want me to do?
In the future,
I don't know.
would advise you to answer such queries with confidence.
But I'm not confident
As the former
in it.
captain of the Knights of Seros, Gerald is renowned throughout Fodlan.
The Blade Breaker. Yes, this one he's told me over a few drinks sometimes.
If you really are his child, then no one would voice any complaint about you joining the Knights.
But we can't be sure about
How
that,
long
can
has
we?
it been since you became a mercenary?
Since I could crawl.
I'm not sure.
I see. Most curious.
Sorry about your whole queries with confidence thing, I just don't know.
Come to think of it, I have never asked your age. Just how old are you exactly?
You're gonna be hearing a broken record here. Well,
Your face says it all. You truly don't know, do you? Just what was Gerald thinking, raising you this way?
Well, he doesn't keep track of his own age either, so...
Given your responses thus far, I feel as though any further questions would just be a waste of our time.
Probably true,
However,
yeah. Unless it was
permit me to make one
about
thing.
my opinions.
Whatever her reasons, the Archbishop has placed great faith in you.
Of this I'm aware.
Do not betray that trust. That is all.
Right then. Sure, I will be careful to not do that. Luckily, I can't in this story route, so I don't have to worry about all that much, actually. I think it's food time. Who agrees? Thank you for responding. Big spoon! We need a little spoon to go along with it. But before we do that, we should make fake food. When does Ferdinand have thoughts about cooking? Do. I want some decks for this month, I think. Queenfish saute! I remember the mission, the quest, the story quest for this mission, month.
Not that I am very experienced.
Is that right? There was something about you making honey candies that you were able to do.
This is a tough recipe. Whoa! Oh, rats. No, I can do it.
I have complete faith in you. I mean, I didn't touch it, I just stood back the whole time, and you still managed it, so well done. Dang, what was I saying just before that? Oh, right, I remember the mission for this store this month, and I want crits for it. All right, today's special, let's have... Flane and Edelgard. You two. Let's have a meeting with you. How about that? Munch some food together.
This is nearly as delicious as Mother's cooking. I would happily eat this every day.
And Edelgard, what anything to say, Edelgard?
This meal. How did you know?
Oh, I know because I know. Don't you worry about how. Don't ask questions, goddammit. Let's look for something that to do, like onion gratin soup. That's nice. I usually don't look around the bottom of the list, though, so let's look around the bottom of the list for something to do might like. Pickled seafood and vegetables. That sounds gross to me, but a dining dish of raw fish and turnips pickled in a vinegar-based seasoning liquid. I thought it said a vinegar-based something liquid. Seasoning liquid. Rarely eaten in Fodlan. Well, it's the first time for anything, isn't there? To do an any. That's perfect. Might actually be as gross as it sounds. Actually, it looks pretty yummy.
I like this.
I love this stuff. Did you know that?
I do now. What's the bowl on the side? I guess it's just a salad, but and what are those? Are those like baked potatoes or jacket potatoes, whatever you want to call them, in the little plate there? And what are those red lumps? And those don't look like beets. What else is that red? I guess there are all kinds of vegetables, actually. I don't know. I guess I probably shouldn't be so quick to assume. Oh, looks like we'll be heading to Battle to fight some things down next time on Fire Emblem 3 Houses, because it looks like we're all out of time just now. I'll just stand here awkwardly on the stairs where there's no music. Well, since there's a bit of a topic going around in this episode of like, and as there's been the whole half year, I guess, of like, how do you pick up and just carry on after the worst thing ever has happened? And there are different approaches to this, obviously. Some people prefer to just like muscle into work right away because that allows them time to feel like in some places things are normal, while other things are definitely still not. And some people prefer to take time away from work or anything like that for a while just to go into full recovery mode, both of which I think are valid strategies in their own amounts. Like there is something I've heard about, like if you go undergo something really traumatic, it's better to stay up all night than the same night it happens, so that it doesn't get instantly imprinted on your brain. You stay up all night and reset your clock so that you by the time you go to sleep next time and your brain has time to like long-term memorize things, it will not feel so fresh, so you'll be able to move past it more easily, or so I've heard anyways, which I guess sort of pertains to this. So I don't really know whether to ask which do you think is better or just which do you think works more for you. I guess the approach of take time away to rest or just immediately muscle through, like push on through to go ahead and to tackle your future endeavors before you have time to set into grief. I think I would probably fall more under the second one. When something bad happens, I usually try to just do something else as fast as possible to just like, so that I don't get the full blast of it, which maybe is not the healthy way to look at it, but that's a question for you. Anyways, when something awful, terrible happens, do you generally try and take as much time as possible to recover fully, or do you try and move on to the next thing as quickly as possible? Or some mix of the two, or some other tactic? Do feel free to tell us all anyways. The next video is going to be more Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. We'll see if I'll finally be able to get that dastardly World 4 done. I wonder if it's even possible. They probably programmed it as an impossibility, didn't they? But that is all for now. So, thank you very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. I'm just gonna be out of here now. Peace! That's pretty dope. That's enough. Colette, I'm sorry. What for? I didn't even know you were suffering and just acted all excited about you becoming an angel. No, it's okay. If I become an angel, Silverant will be saved. It's okay for you to be happy. But it's okay. Just the fact that you're worrying about me is enough, okay?